Hi, my dear students. Good morning. Hi, viewers. How are you? Always be energetic. Always be happy. You always be enthusiastic to learn something new. And you should always care for what next. You should not stop at a place. To be called a good student, right? Just you have entered 6th standard, entering high school. It gives you a great feeling. You are going to change your compound, entering a new compound, new place, new classroom, new teachers. So how it would be for you? It will be very, very enjoyable. A new atmosphere is created around you. Can you enjoy? Are you ready? Yes. Today's our poem is a small poem, a little poem, a cute poem, which messages you the social responsibility, which messages you to aware about nature, to aware about the importance of nature, to aware not to destruct nature, not to spoil nature, because of man's indiscriminate actions, because of man's indiscriminated actions, how all the elements of nature, all the parts of nature struggling, crying, spoiling, ready to extinct, polluting. But the elements of nature have no mouth to talk, to tell their woes, their sorrows, their difficulties, their wishes, their demands, their requests, their feelings, because they can't speak. They are not able to speak. Whereas the human beings, means we have a tongue. We can raise our voice whenever we feel difficulty, whenever we are about to destroy, whenever we fall in danger. We raise our voice. We tell others what to do, what not to do, what to do, what not to do, what to do, what not to do. No. But the poor, dumb elements of nature. What are the elements of nature? Trees, rivers, animals, earth, These are all a part of nature. Yes, animals are also a part of nature. Animals are our co-living beings. Animals are also a part of God's creation. God created animals as like as us. We should treat them as our co-living beings. We should not kill them. We should take care of them. All nature, trees, rivers, all are useful to human beings. At the cost of their destruction, man cannot survive on this earth. Since the elements of nature can't speak, man behaves on his own way. Nobody is stopping him. He is cutting the trees, destroying the forests, spoiling the inhabitants of animals, polluting the rivers, spoiling the earth, poisoning the earth, polluting the earth, killing the animals. There is no one to stop the man, because man too not known that he was killing, that he was poisoning beyond the extent. If it goes on, it leads to destruction. The destruction of elements of nature leads to the destruction of human beings too. Man fails to recognize this. Man is very negligent. He doesn't bother. He doesn't take into consideration of the extinction of animals, extinction of forests, cutting of trees, polluting of rivers, spoiling of the earth, polluting the earth, because he is not in the position to realize what he is doing. What he is doing is the same like as cutting his own branch on which he sits. It always harmful to him. But who awares him? Who awares this modern man for his selfishness, for his selfish deeds? For his selfish deeds, he is behaving like this. For his personal benefits, he keeps nature at risk. How far it is justified? Man should be responsible. Man should keep his surroundings clean, fresh. It is the responsibility of man not to pollute the air, not to pollute water, not to pollute earth. He should take certain measures for stopping or to prevent them from being spoiled. Is man successful in it? Is man doing his job in a proper way? What man doing is right or justified? No. Man is senselessly destructing, spoiling all the elements of nature. See here, in our poem, the same concept is picturized. The same concept is picturized here. I already told, if a tree could talk, yes, tree is an element of nature. Animal is an element of nature. River is an element of nature. Earth is an element of nature. These are all the elements of nature. Man should protect them for his survival. He should give them to the next generation. Otherwise, how could they survive? So, what the poet is saying, I already told, if a tree could talk, actually, can a tree talk? Can a tree talk? No, it can't talk. The poet just imaginatingly said, actually trees can't talk, but if they have the power of speaking, what would they speak? That is told by the poet. So what he says, if a tree could talk, what it would say? What it would say? Don't chop me down. Don't chop me down. Chop means cut. Don't chop me down. Just walk away. Just walk away. This is imaginary, my dear students. In reality, trees can't talk. But if they get the power of speaking, if they are able to speak, surely the trees can talk with us like this. What do the trees talk? Don't chop me down. Chop means cut. Don't chop me down. Don't cut me down. Walk just away. Please go on your way, boy. Please go on your way, man. Why do you come to me and cutting me? What wrong I have done to you? I am your friend. I give you water, fresh air, rain. I am your friend. I always bow down before you. Then why do you cut me down? Please go on your way. Those will be spoken by the tree. When trees are able to speak. So you don't write all that what I told, just one sentence is enough for you. What does a tree talk? If it can speak, Not don't chop me down, but while writing our answer, we have to make this don't to don't should be not to. Not to chop me down. And just walk away. These are the words spoken by a tree. For example, if a river could talk, if a river could talk, what would it say? If a river could talk, what would it say? Actually, in reality, can a river speak? No, it flows on its way. It can't speak. But just to imagine, if it gets the power of speaking, if it has the power of speaking, if it is able to speak, what words would it speak? Is don't dump, don't dump trash, don't dump trash in me, just throw away. I am saying river cannot talk, just they simply flows on its way. But imaginarily we feel if it has the power of speaking, if it is able to speak, what would it speak? It speak like this: don't dump trash, don't dump trash in me. That means we are throwing much garbage, much wastage into the rivers. It spoils the rivers, it clogs the rivers, it poisons the rivers, it impures the water of the river. That's why the river says, don't dump trash in me. That means, don't means while you are writing answer, not to dump. Not to dump trash in me, just to throw away. What do we understand? That means, what do we understand? That means all these are suffering. All these are suffering from man's indiscriminate actions of cutting down them and dumping trash in rivers, etc. If can air talk? No, air can't talk. It too flows on its way. But if the air has the power of speaking, if the air is able to speak, what would it be? If air would speak, if air could speak, if air could speak, what it would be? What it would be? I told Air can't speak. But just we feel like so. If air has the power of speaking, if air is able to speak, what would it say? Simply say, to land factories or land factories, land factories, to keep smoke away, to keep smoke away. What does it mean? The factories should send out its smoke into the atmosphere, into the air. So the smoke of the factory is polluting the air. It loses its purity. The factories should take certain measures not to send it directly into atmosphere. It makes certain measures to filter it. So, if air could speak, what would it do? Simply it says, land the factories. That means you make known the factories. You make known the factories to keep the smoke away. Don't send their smoke into me and pollute me and spoil my purity. It would say like that. If animals could talk, if animals could talk, if animals could talk, what they would be, what they speak, what they would say, what they would say. If animals could talk, what would they say? Can animals talk? No, they can't speak. But if they have the power of speaking, if they are able to speak, what do they say? They say, don't kill us, help us to live. What would they say? Don't kill us, help us to live. Help us to live. We wish to live. We wish to live. Actually, animals can't speak. They can't talk. But if they have the power of speaking, if they can speak, they say like this. Oh human beings, don't kill us, help us to live, because we wish to live. We are your co-living beings. You have to take care of us instead of killing. We are also a part of God's creation. God has created us as like as you. Then why do you kill us? They say not to kill, and also request us to help them to live, because they wish to live. If the earth can speak, for example, earth could not talk. If earth could talk, if earth could talk, if earth could talk, what it would say? what it would say. What it would say. Actually, earth can't talk. It has no power of speaking. But just we feel, if earth has the power of speaking, if the earth is able to speak, what does it speak? Simply say, make every day Earth Day. Make every day Earth Day. You treat every day as an Earth Day. But yearly once you celebrate the Earth Day, and afterwards stopping all the measures to protect me, and again you resort to the destruction of me. Not like that. You should not spoil me. You make every day an Earth Day and let me pure, not to be spoiled. It is the request of the earth. So, when we observe this poem, all the elements of nature, trees, river, air, animals, earth, all are suffering from man's indiscriminate actions, man's senseless activities. Since they have no tongue, since they have no ability of speaking, they can't express their sorrow. But once they get the chance of speaking, man can understand the woes, sufferings, struggles of the elements of nature. So, my dear students, why the poem is taught to you is, you are the future citizens. It is the responsibility on your shoulders. Responsibility of you. It falls on your shoulders to protect the nature, to protect all the elements of nature. Now you can understand the sufferings of nature, suffering of elements of nature, and what they want. So, you should be aware of this and act according to it and be good citizens. Then you can provide good environment to future generations. Right? I hope you understand it well. Good. Now you take a little test for your homework. What do the elements of nature speak if they are able to speak? Give your answer. Give your answer in 50 words. So, thank you.